Oh, geez, where do I start? God, this country is delusional. Blackwater. I see very little difference between Blackwater and David Koresh. There is, except Blackwater being 1,000th time the threat that Kevin Koresh or whatever could ever possibly imagine. Look at Blackwater. It's joined at the hip to the Republican Party, to the Baptist Church and the Christian Coalition. The Republican Party has got their own little mercenary army. That puts them on par with Hamas and Hezbollah. They are now exactly alike. Same mindset, same people, different book. At this point in time, Christians the biggest threat. And it's hard not to see it that way. You know, everybody on the right claims moral high ground, but you don't deserve none of it. You call the left baby killers when you don't have a clue what you're talking about. What do you think? People like me like abortion? We just want to fucking kill little babies? Maybe scramble their brains up with a hanger? No, we would be going back to the hanger your way. That's exactly why some of these were put into place. So women and girls weren't on back alleys getting coat hangers shoved up them. But small-minded people don't see that. And not to say that all religious folk are small-minded, but hey, all I can go by with is what you represent yourself as. You know, you're the ones that put the spokesmen like Jerry Falwell out there. God rest his soul if he had one. Somebody that said kill them all in the name of God. And you're trying to say who's on the jihad? Kill them all in the name of God. So that's what I mean. This country's better pays real close attention to what's going on right now, especially pertaining to Blackwater. Because right there, prior to 9/11, Blackwater would have been considered a militant, white, supremacist religious group out in the woods with automatic weapons shooting shit up. That's the way they would have been viewed and should be viewed. Come 9/11 and add $1 billion to that equation of our nice tax money, what is going to be the long-term effect of that? What are we creating? And we better start asking ourselves now, what are we creating? What is going to come back around and bite us in the ass 20 years from now? Bin Laden come bit us in the ass. Saddam come bit us in the ass. You don't think Blackwater is going to do the same? With considering Blackwater has potential of totally destroying the United States as you know it. You got to love the conservative side of the equation that stands on the right to bear arms. But yet they stood idly by while Blackwater disarmed New Orleans. Better start paying close attention to what's going on, especially from the good old boy side of the equation, the banjo picking side of the equation. You're good people, very good people. You will actually help somebody in trouble. Side of the road, flat tire, you'll be the ones that stop, no doubt. You do raise your gardens and your animals, and you do go hunting for food. But where are you politically? Controlled by a religion that has nothing to do with morality? Supporting a lie to kill people? That's not moral high ground. That's straight the Antichrist. So maybe that's the whole deal. Maybe we've got it all ass backwards. Could it be that Christians and capitalism is our two biggest problems? The two things that nobody ever would come out and say, hey, what's fucked up about the good old USA is Christians and capitalism. Oh my God, that would be a political message that would totally foobar. But again, they are the two major problems we have right now, is the extremists in this country. And the biggest thing is, you think George W. Bush actually has a moral bone in his body? Do you actually believe that he has faith in any type of religion? He utilizes it as a tool. He's an Ivy Leaguer that bought a fucking ranch in Texas and put on a straw hat and started acting all stupid to get the support of the right-wing evangelical cowboy crowd. He's a play cowboy. Even Vince Fox, where you inherited all your cowboys from anyway. That's what gets me. You know, you hate a Mexican, but yet you adopted his heritage. The cowboy boots, pointy shoes, rounding up cattle, running the range, that didn't come from Europe. I hate to tell you, that came from the Mexicans. The first rodeo was two Mexicans going, I bet you my white guy can stay on a horse longer than yours. And then they go, well, that was fun. Let's see if we can get him to sit on a bull. Bingo, you had your first rodeo. Your first homeless were the cowboys. Horse, sleeping bag, trying to find an odd job going from town to town. And where that got twisted into the righteous part of society, I don't have a clue. What this country is going to have to really concern itself on is what's going on in it. And Blackwater is a big threat to this country. And it better start getting recognized as a threat to this country. Israel, in the direction it's going, trying to expand constantly, causing conflict in that region, is also a threat to the United States that also can't be ignored. Israel sitting in the middle of the desert with nukes is not in the best interest of the United States, when the Zionists would have no problem turning on the people of the United States. Do you actually think that if they started to, say, go in the direction of martial law, utilizing Blackwater, because you're a Christian and you believe in the Bible, they're going to skip your house? Oh, you're going to go out to the, you're going to go out around the block, down your street, or go out to your front door and paint sheep's blood on your door, put a little cross there, so when Blackwater comes to your neighborhood, they know you're on their side? You think that's how it's going to really play out? Like I said, you better take a long, hard look at what you're doing, especially the good old boy side of the equation, the people that's been brought up for years and years and years now. You gotta hate them damn liberals, them damn people. All they do is they just smoke that marijuana, and they don't do a damn thing. And then damn black people, them black people are even lazier than them, and they'll kill you. You go in that black neighborhood, and them sons of bitches will straight kill you. You goddamn people are scared of people in your own country. You're not willing to get to know anybody. You live in your own little cocoon, and if you don't watch out, your cocoon is going to collapse on you. And unfortunately, it's going to take the economy with it, and that's exactly what's happening. The United States economy is collapsing right in front of your eyes. We're going to end up bankrupt, just like the USSR. And we're in the same position as the USSR. We get zero world support, stretched out too thin, spending money we don't have. But again, could that be their plan? You're talking about European money. They really don't have any loyalty to the United States. It's in it for the dinero. Maybe their position, and you hear all the talk about the North American Union and the Euro, the Amero. The only way possible for that to ever come to tuition, for it to become a reality, is for the United States to fall first. Because these good old boys ain't going to give up that greenback. With God we trust on that motherfucker. Not unless it's totally worthless. So maybe that you better start and think. Maybe that's their goal, is to make that greenback totally worthless, so they can bring you over that Amero and open up that North American Union. Be careful to what you support.